It's finally happened. Dan Maguire supports me. I've given him enough comfort, and he is finally now my friend. And it's mainly because I've come up with a new chant for him. So if he scores today, we will get to hear it. If not, you'll have to wait until another episode. Hello, Munch here. Welcome to another episode of my FM19 Blyth Spartans. Okay, enough. How have things gone? Things have gone alright. In the last episode, you saw us beat Chorley 2-0 as we racked up 6 wins in a row to start the league, and then we had a very gutting 4-3 defeat away at York. Since then, it's been 2-0 nils afterwards, so we suffered a little bit after that York game, but we did tighten up at the back. So Kidderminster and Altrincham held us to 0-0 draws. We dominated both games, we just couldn't get the goals. Then we beat Leamington 2-1, we beat Lancaster 1-0 in the FA Cup second qualifying round. That was a bit disappointing considering they're not the best team in the world, but we did fight with a very comfortable 3-1 win against Telford, who at the time were 5th in the table. It's not too bad. And after that we had a win against Bashford, 2-1 in that one as well. So we did pretty decently as we've gone. Today is a game against Boston United, who are currently 3rd in the table, and then we've got Chester in a big game in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round. It may not sound like a big game because it's only the FA Cup 4th qualifying round, but at this level, the money you get from the FA Cup is everything, and Blyth have a very good record of cup upsets, or cup sets. So, we might as well just crack on then. Boston United, 3rd in the league. We are currently 1st and doing pretty decently as things stand. We've got the best goal difference in the league. We've scored the most goals, and we've also conceded the least. But Boston come in with identical form to us. 1 draw and 4 wins in their last 5 games. This is going to be a very, very tricky game. There's no getting around it. I'm a little bit scared going into it, especially because Adi Pepper is away on international duty, as is Sam Brotherton. So we could be in a bit of a spot of bother here, it's fair to say. So the lineup today with those two guys away on international duty is as follows. We've got Jameson in goal. Liddell will make his first start for the club. Michael Liddell, he's a very decent footballer, but he is 28 years old now, getting on a bit. Only 2.5 star to 2.5 star. Ability. He's not going to get any better. Got good determination though, good teamwork, good work rate, all 13, 14 and 12 respectively, so not too bad. He should be able to do a job filling in for a game or two, I think, while Adi Pepper is away on holiday. I say holiday, when he's on international duty, sorry. And then we've got Lang and Cunningham will be joining him in the defence, and you've got Nicholson at right back. Then we've got Oliver, Romario, Vieira, or Lesser Patrick, Horners in the middle. Then we've got Lord of the Dale, Robbie Dale out on the left. Joan Rivers on the right, and then we've got Dan Maguire up front. And I really have to stop calling Jarrett Rivers Joan Rivers, otherwise he's going to genuinely end up hating me. Now, regular viewers of lower league FM saves, especially if you're a Dr. Benji fan, will know of Boston United's Andy Tannoy. I shouldn't really copy that because that's Ben's thing, but Ben's the reason why I became a YouTuber, so in all fairness, this is just brilliant. I absolutely love Andy Tannoy. Albanian, 26 years old, very decent player. I'm going to scout him. If I can get him into my save, amazing, but I probably wouldn't be able to resist making the joke, so can't have any of that. They're playing a basic 4-4-2. Apparently, Josh Hine is their man to look out for up front. He has got 2 goals in the FA Cup, and he's got 3 goals and 1 assist in 11 games in the National League North, so he's not doing particularly well, so not really that much to worry about there. I say that, I shouldn't have said that. I didn't learn from the last episode. Away we go. Another win in the league would see us doing very well. We're currently only 1 point ahead of second place, who I believe is York, I think, if memory serves. Let's have a quick look. It is York, so the only team to beat us in the league are the team that are right behind us, to be fair. Another poor first half to a live game. Oh my god, York are 4-0 up against Southport. Bloody hell, talk about setting some standards. Well, it's 0-0 at the moment, and it's not been the best game in the world. The only thing that's happened is that Josh Hine got himself a booking. I'm going to say I'm not particularly pleased with the way that's gone, even though actually we've controlled the game, and I am relatively happy with how we played. We just haven't scored. It's as simple as that. And I want us to try and be maybe a bit more. Maybe I need to go a bit more direct. Let's take it off the short passing and up the tempo slightly. We'll go and play a bit more of a kind of basic game, maybe a bit more non-league. I like the fact I'm trying to bring tiki-taka to the lower leagues, but at the same time I need the personnel to be able to make that happen, do you know what I mean? And maybe we're just not quite there yet. Can keep the ball, just can't score. Instead, great tackle though by Lord of the Dale. Oh god, I missed the chance to do the impression. Doesn't matter. That is awful from Robbie Dale. Not sure what he's doing there. He's literally kicked it straight at the bloke, and we've given the ball away. Sarr on the ball here. Oh, that's a terrible back. If we can't score our own goals, get them to score them for us. What has happened there? Brian Sarr has had a nightmare. Abbott here plays it back. Saar, what happens here? Does he just not look? Does he hit it? What is the keeper doing? Oh, Willis. What you talking about, Willis? There's highlights galore now in the second half. It always seems that we wake up in the second half. Good ball over the top there looking for Jarrett Rivers. He gets on the ball, whips it in. Dan Maguire doesn't manage to clear it. Andy Tanoj on the ball. Finds Slew. I keep going between Tanoj and Tannoy. Oh my god, Hines in. Hines beans. Good save by Jameson. Oh, it was a terrible take by Jameson. Oh, it's a howler. An absolute howler. It's worse than the one down the other end, I think. This is awful. Josh Hine. Jameson. Oh my god, what is he doing? This is not the gym. You don't go for a lunge. And then he's doing that as well. Well, you're an idiot. What are you doing? How is he playing at 6.9 after doing that? Jay Jonah has let me down. Something chronic there. Free kick. Little whips in. Dale heads it wide. It's a different game. Completely different game now in this second half as opposed to the first one. I'm going to take Oliver off. I think I'm going to go maybe a little bit more attacking. We're going to go 43-1. I'm going to move Reed in behind Danny Maguire and get him playing as the advanced playmaker on attack. Let's let him roam free. We've done enough to win this game, and there's a chance here, looking like it for Boston United, as Abbott gets on the ball. Slew plays it back to Johnson. Johnson whips it in. Hine, it is too. It's a terrible play again from Jameson, and we are in trouble here. Could be our second defeat of the season, and after such a good start, we're maybe beginning to show a few weaknesses here. A few cracks are appearing in the side. It's a nice play by Slew and Johnson. We just give him too much room, and Hine. And yeah, I won't be too harsh on Jameson there. He can't do much about that. Right, okay, Robbie Dale's going to come off. On comes Adam Wrightson, and maybe we take off. I'm going to take off Vieira, and I'm going to bring on Bradley Fuster. We're going to go. We're going to go 4-2-4 or 4-4-2 with very advanced wingers. It's going to be another defeat in the league, and our form that started off so well this season, we're beginning to show cracks. Unless Lewis Horner can pull off something here, he can't. It gets cleared by Saar. We didn't even really look like scoring there. Maybe created a few more chances later on. Created them, just didn't. The finishing's really poor. I'm going to say assertively, I'm not happy with your performance out there, and that's disappointing. If Dan has an off day, we have an off day, and that's not just down to third in the league. Granted, we are 4 points ahead of Stockport, but we have to bear in mind, I believe, that actually only one team gets automatically promoted from the Vanarama National League North. So really, we need to be doing better. And even though I said we won 4 in a row, 2 of them were FA Cup games. So if you look at it, we've actually had 2 wins, 2 draws, and a defeat in our last 5 games. Inconsistency is now creeping in. We've got Chester up in the league next, and they're fresh off fresh off giving someone a bit of a walloping. So I'm not holding much hope here either. It's going to be a tricky game, but we did beat them 5-1 in all fairness back 3 games into the season. So I'm still slightly concerned. Away from home again, our form seems to be quite poor, but we are back to full strength today because the FA Cup is massively important. Jameson's goal, Adu Pepper, Lang, Brotherton and Nicholson return all as our back 4. Oliver, Amaro, Vieira and Horner are the midfield 3. Then you've got Dale, Rivers and Dan and Maguire up front. Dan has yet to score, so I cannot do the song until he scores, and I really want to do it. I'm going to trust my assistant in this case, and away we go in a slightly different kit today in our grey-green colour. That reminds me, it's also now time probably for another fun fact about Blyth. I probably should start with this one, is that for those that don't know, and the geography of England is a bit lost on them, Blyth are essentially a small port town. I say small, they are a port town up in Northumberland, like kind of between Gateshead and Newcastle, so up in that region. So obviously when we get to the Premier League, I say when, and we end up playing Newcastle, I'm assuming we'll be in the Premier League. I'm sure I will cross paths at some point. There's going to be a lot of big games when that happens, because it could be quite a fierce rivalry if we build on, if we start winning stuff, which is something Newcastle haven't done. So corner, Oliver whips it in. We don't do anything, but Jarrett Rivers is on the ball. He hits it, bang! Jarrett Rivers, top corner, 1-0 already. Lovely finish, much more like it. Why couldn't we have just done this against Boston? We look a different team when we have the full defence out. Lovely take here by Rivers, and he absolutely drills it. Can't tell, that takes maybe a little deflection off the defender, but if it does, it's still a great finish. Green plays it to Hudson. And then Mahon, they're looking dangerous here. Great save by Jameson. Anyone want to mark him? Anyone want to mark Ellis Hudson? Horrendous. Good ball by Hudson there. Mahon on the ball. He absolutely drills it. And Jameson, I mean, yeah, tough to say. He saves it, but he does push it right back into a pretty dangerous area. It's not great goalkeeping. He's not having his best day, I think it's safe to say, is Jay Jonah. It's another game where we had loads of the ball and we are making chances, but we're not taking any of them, and we're just not particularly looking that threatening in terms of a highlight perspective. I'm going to say I'm happy with the performance to keep it up, mainly because we are dominating away from home, but I need a bit more. I need a bit more from the boys. I think it's time we made some changes because nothing's happening here. Dale is coming off. On comes Wrightson. We're also going to take off Horner and bring on... Yeah, we're going to bring on Reed, but I'm going to swap him and Romario Vieira, and we're going to let Lesser Patrick go off and start trying to dictate play a bit more. Give him some license to roam. Oliver, over this set piece, whips it in. Maguire at the back post, heads it. Doesn't clear it properly. Rivers, oh, he's at the post, and Dan can't get on the rebound. Oh, it should have been a second. This is a nice ball to Danny Maguire. Great ball out to Adu Pepera. Go on, mate. Pick him out. Dan. Back to Adu Pepera. He looks at the back post. Jarrett Rivers. He gets his second of the game. Lovely rise at the back. Lovely ball in from Pepera. And lovely little interplay there between Dan and Pepera. I like that a lot. Good players learn how to play with each other, and we love that. You can tell here, though, lovely from Dan. He didn't panic. He's found the ball back out wide, and Pepera hits in a nice ball. Rivers at the back post, taps it in. I say taps in, he heads it in like a salmon. Beautiful. Yeah, give me some of that. I like it. Good man. 10 minutes to go, and it's another highlight, but we seem to be in control of it here as Oliver plays it into Romario Vieira. Vieira looking forward. I like him in this sort of advanced role, but not if he plays passes like that. And Cousin Dudley is in. Great save by Jameson. He's making amends for that absolute howler that he had in the first game. Well done, mate. Hudson whips the ball in. Cousin Dudley, great clearance off the line by Adu Pepera. Oh my god, Harry Potter is turning here. We cannot let Dudley score. Great ball by laying out to Jarrett Rivers, and obviously fresh off a brace. Romario Vieira, that will be the game. What a finish. He's absolutely drilled that. Mwah, it's beautiful. I love it. This ball from Lang is nothing short of sensational. The backspin on it to Rivers, he just, to be fair, it wasn't the best cross, but Vieira just picks up on the deflected cross. Keeper's looking the wrong way. It was past him before he even looked anyway, in all fairness. What a finish. We are going through to the first round of the FA Cup by the looks of things, and that will do us the world of good. And we have a 3-1 win for the Spartans. I'm pretty pleased with that. The only disappointing thing is that Dan Maguire hasn't got a goal episode and doesn't really look like scoring, but we had a very good game. Peter Jameson making amends with a 7.2 performance, well worth a mention, but Jarrett Rivers obviously takes the plaudits here today. A brace and an assist and a 9.1. Ooh, I like it. So here we go, to finish the episode. It is English FA Cup first round day. There are 90 teams, so I'm going to quickly try and crack through this. No automatic drawing. So this is obviously every team from League One down. We were the second one out, or fourth one out the hat, and we actually play Colchester. So, alright, cool. Well, that was a bit anticlimactic. I thought I was going to have to go quite a long way before we got there. There's going to be some tension. But no, we're going to be playing League 2 Colchester. So I think we will actually come back for that FA Cup first round game. So we will have the game against Colchester and then the game against Curzon Ashton afterwards as well, I think, because then that's all the way through to November, and then we keep a nice pace going onward there. A couple of difficult games coming in between now and then. Stockport at home is scary. So is FC United. They're playing really well, and Brackley always have the ability to kind of shock you a little bit. They're a decent footballing team. I think it's been a decent start to the save. We're 3 episodes in, 12 games into the season. We are third, so we're comfortably in the playoffs. We're still 7 points, safe in terms of like being out of the playoffs. But it's the lack of form that's upsetting me a little bit. As you can tell, John Parkin still have Dan Maguire in that race for the Golden Boot, down in that division. Hopefully Dan will overhaul him at the end. He is still also the second highest rated player in the league so far, but a little disappointed that we lost to Boston. Probably a game that we shouldn't really have lost. We should have won that, and that's a little bit sore. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do like, share and subscribe. Make sure you come back for the next episode, if anything, just to try and hear the Dan Maguire song, because I'm sure eventually he will score on camera again. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Until I see you again for another episode of the Blyth Save, stay cool.